Holy sh...
Well, that chunked.
Oh my god.
That is...
This exotic is broken, I'm sorry.
What is up, guys? I'm Rick Kakis, and today we are going to be shining a spotlight on the Star Eater Scales Exotic Hunter Leg Armor. This is one of 3 new exotic armor pieces added to Destiny 2 with Season of the Splicer. And the reason we're focusing on this one is because this just might be one of, if not arguably the best PvE exotic hunters have ever gotten. It's that good. And so, let's get started. And first things first, just remember how to get these is by doing solo, legend, or master lost sectors when leg armor is the featured drop of the day. You can't get brand new exotic armor pieces the first season they're added through things like exotic engrams, Zur, etc. It's just those legendary lost sectors. But let's take a look at the Star Eater Scales. Their exotic perk is Feast of Light, and it states, you gain additional super energy from orbs of power you pick up. While your super energy is full, picking up an orb of power overcharges your super, causing you to gain a burst of healing when cast and a bonus to your super damage. At maximum overcharge, you also gain an overshield. So, quite a lot going on here, and the reason this is getting so much attention is simply the part that it says it increases your super damage. Now, let's take a closer look at what that really means. So, when your super is fully charged and then you pick up an orb of power, you will get a buff on the corner of your screen, Feast of Light. Now, importantly, this orb of power can come from an ally producing a super, or it can also come from masterwork weapons, which is probably going to be the easier way to acquire those. Importantly, Feast of Light can actually stack all the way up to ×4. So once your super is charged, you pick up 4 different orbs of power, then you're at the maximum damage bonus. But what kind of a damage bonus are we talking about here? Well, it's actually going to change depending on what super you're using, but it's pretty significant. Let's put it up against some really tough competition right off the bat. Will this out DPS the marquee of PvE DPS for a super, the Celestial Nighthawk? So I'm using the brand new exotic boots, my teammates using the Celestial Nighthawk. As you can see, Callie spawns in, he gets his shot off, I land all 3 of my shots, I'm on bottom tree, and we die, and as you can see, I do more damage. And not just a little bit more damage, I do about 35,000 more damage with my 3 shots because of the Star Eaters. And guys, that's actually insane. Like, not many things, almost nothing, can out DPS a Celestial shot, but the Star Eaters can. And it comes with some advantages. Because you're able to land all 3 shots, yes, it's sometimes a little annoying, maybe you'll miss one, but it means you're producing 2 orbs on each one of those 3 shots, which means you can do what you saw at the very beginning of this video, which is use a bunch of people all utilizing bottom tree golden gun with these exotics, and you produce a ton of orbs, so after you're done shooting off your golden gun, you get it right back and produce even more orbs, and then get it right back, because remember, you're getting more super energy for orbs than normal because of these exotics. Could you potentially go infinite with golden guns with a 6-man fire team in a raid? I mean, it's more possible than it should be, frankly. But the crazy part is that is just the tip of the power of these new exotics, because unlike the Celestial Nighthawk, you don't have to use the Star Eaters with Golden Gun. Let's test a bunch more of the Hunter Supers to see what the advantages are there. First off, Blade Barrage. This used to be all the rage in Forsaken, but it's fallen into basically nothingness, but with these exotics, as you can see, I almost double the damage of my teammate not using these exotics, so this is going to make Blade Barrage quite a bit better. Next up, we have Bottom Tree Tether with Mobius Quiver. This one is a little bit difficult to test for, you might miss a couple shots, but you can very clearly see here from the damage numbers, I do significantly more damage. And Bottom Tree Tether is already a really highly used PvE subclass. I've run it and had my teammates run it quite a bit in Grandmasters, giving that a lot more punch and killing power is nothing but good. But moving on, we have Top Tree Tether, and this one is significant because it turns out that the Star Eaters actually affect how big the debuff of the tether is. So with Top Tree, as you can see, I shoot it right next to Callie and I hit her with a sleeper simulant. My teammate is also using the exact same weapon. I'm capable of doing 98,000 damage. And my teammate, as you can see, this is their perspective, their screenshot, they were only doing with the tether 61,000 damage. So I got one shot in before it ended, that's the baseline, that is 47,000 damage. So here's the result of all that. It turns out, baseline 490 damage, my shot did 110% more damage, whereas my ally's shot did the normal 30% more damage that you're supposed to do with a tether debuff. So with the Star Eaters, you actually get 110% bonus damage when you are shooting enemies that are tethered by specifically your tether. So could the new ultimate DPS strat turn out to be have 6 hunters all using this exotic with tether? They all use their own tethers and then just unleash hugely powerful weapons? Honestly, that might be the case because these are some incredible numbers. But continuing on from there, the last thing I wanted to test was Arc Strider. Top Tree Arc Strider used to be amazing for DPS and it's fallen quite a ways down. Can the Star Eaters bring it back? Well, I'm using those. My teammate is actually using the Radiant Flux, which increases the duration significantly of this super. It turns out, however, even though my super was finished quite a bit earlier, we did extremely similar damage, which is definitely a point towards the Star Eaters. However, it was so similar, I would say that these exotics are definitely not bringing Arc Strider back anytime soon. However, although we've been obsessing over DPS, and although that is just an incredible feature of these exotics, and likely the most attractive feature for most people, the thing is, the benefits don't end there. For all of the supers that the hunter has access to, the Star Eaters are not only going to make them, in many cases, significantly more powerful, but also, due to the fact that they get you more super energy for Orbs of Light, means that you get more supers more often as well, which is incredibly powerful. I mean, on my Titan, I often run the Cuirass of the Falling Star with Thunder Crash. That's so much fun, that's so powerful, you wreck bosses with that. Could you imagine if you got your Thunder Crash even faster with that exotic too? That's basically what's going on right here with the Star Eaters. And it offers a degree of survivability. You're gonna get that healing when you pop your super if you got the buff active, and if you have the maxed out buff active, you're gonna get an overshield as well. But it's the combination of all of those things. The fact that you increase the power of your super substantially. The fact that you get your super more often due to better orbs of power. And the fact that you increase your survivability when activating your super means that you can put the Star Eaters on, and for almost any PvE activity, raids, I mean, you saw what it did to Riven, dungeons, strikes, the new overload activity, anything, these are going to be good. And it's that versatility and that ease of use that is just such a feather in the cap of these exotics. Hunters always complain that they don't get really flashy, amazing exotics. Well, apparently Bungie's listening, because this thing is absolutely bonkers for any PvE player. It's an absolute must get. And so guys, That is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.